for my last time at TIU and for his first. What's up, GTI?
Welcome back, everybody. It's the last week of the semester.
And we've got 2 new videos for you this week, starting with Phrase of the Week.
The phrase of the week this week is finish on a high note. We use this phrase to describe leaving or finishing something at a successful or impressive point. Let's take a look at some examples. I know we've had a few losses this year, but let's win this last game and finish on a high note. After winning the Oscar, she decided to finish her career on a high note. Let's finish this semester on a high note and do our best in the final exams. So, the next time you're describing completing a situation in the best possible way, try using the phrase finish on a high note. See you next time on Phrase of the Week.
Hello and welcome back to Andrew Intervenes. This is the third and final segment on using articles. Last time we've talked about using the definite article, which is the, and using indefinite articles, which are and an. Last time we also talked about how to use zero or no article, which is basically just times that you don't need to use an article. Today let's start with the zero article. Last time we talked about how we don't use articles with names. The same is true when it comes to countries. For example, you would just say Japan, Canada, and France. Not the Japan, not the Canada, or the France. There are some exceptions though, but we'll talk about those later. Also, just like the names of countries, we don't use articles before the names of languages. For example, you would say, he can speak French, not he can speak the French. If you were to add the before French, you're actually referring to the people who live in France, not the name of the language that people speak there. Another time we use zero article is with individual mountains, lakes, or islands. For example, you would say Mount Fuji, not the Mount Fuji. Or Lake Biwa, not the Lake Biwa. Or Sado Island, not the Sado Island. The rules are a little different for groups of mountains, lakes, or islands, but we'll go over that a little later. Another time we don't use articles is before the names of towns, streets, stations, or airports. You wouldn't add the before Kawagoe, Takeshita Street, Tokyo Station, or Narita Airport. Okay, now let's go over some of the times that we use the definite article, the. Alright, so with countries, there are some exceptions. If the country's name is plural, starts with republic, kingdom, or states, we then use the before it. For example, we'd say the Philippines, the Republic of Congo, the UK, or the United States. Another time we use the is with geographical areas or with groups of mountains, lakes, or islands. For example, we say the Sahara Desert, the Rocky Mountains, the Great Lakes, and the Canary Islands. The is also used before superlatives. Superlatives are most, or words that end with est. For example, this is the most exciting movie I have ever seen. Or, this is the spiciest thing I have ever eaten. The is also used before ordinal numbers, such as first and second. For example, you might say, this is the 3rd time I've read this book. Alright, now let's go over 2 more ways to use indefinite articles, and an. First, we use or an when we are giving an example of something. For instance, if you were explaining to your friend what an elephant is, you might say something like, an elephant has a long trunk. Or in another example, one kind of sports car is a Ferrari. And an are also used before the words what and such. For example, after having a great night out with your friends, you might say something like, what a fun night! Or, that was such a fun night! Well, that does it for this episode and this segment on articles. I hope that you found it useful, and we'll see you next time on Andrew Intervenes.
Thank you for watching this week's videos.
Just so you know, this is the last video Jessica and I will be in. But What's Up GTI will continue on for however long James and Andrew are here to lead the show.
Yeah! We hope you enjoyed all the videos we put together.
It's been a blast. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, bye!
See you.
Have fun!